Hello, I am Salju here. Before showing you how to take measurements, I would like to give you a brief introduction on fashion design. Designing apparel is an exciting and demanding profession that needs skills and abilities. One can become a self taught designer with their inborn talents and expertise. Though fashion designing is not rocket science, one need to have a passion to do hard work, and have an out of the box ideas on shapes, colors, textures, and of course, balance. Moreover, when it comes to fashion technology, it is important to learn body forms, sizes, and its variations. Specializations in fashion designing have come into being. Fashion designers used to be self employed earlier. Now, there is a wide range of opportunities for a designer to choose from, such as lingerie designing, swimwear designing, women's loungewear designing, formal wear, bridal wear, children's wear, men's wear, and, and even you can become an expert in fashion accessories like footwear, handbags, jewelry, scarves, hats, and many more. You can also work with garment firms and export houses. I am here to show you how to make an individual torso block from your own measurements. The difference between body's block and torso block is that the body's block is your pattern from the shoulder to the waist, and the torso block is the pattern from the shoulder to the hip line, till the hip line. So that is the whole torso. And what is a pattern? The basic pattern is actually a template or a slope of a selected size, shape, and form from which a garment is traced onto the fabric before being cut. So there is a difference between design and pattern. I'm making this video with my experience of being in the fashion industry for more than 3 decades. And I have always enjoyed drawing, working on patterns, drawing the illustrations for the design, and experimenting on style lines and silhouettes by pattern manipulation. Creative pattern making itself is a hobby. First, I'm showing you how to take the body measurements. Here I am using the UK size 12, which is usually an easy dress form to start from. This is the highest shoulder point. For me, this is the highest shoulder point. This is my low shoulder point. And this is on the dress form it is. This is the highest shoulder point, which is always a point, an important point in your pattern as well as while you're taking measurements. This is the nape. And this is the smallest part of the waistline, that is your waistline, the normal waistline. And from nape down across the arm side, across the armpit or the arm side is the length from nape to side, that is side depth or arm side depth. Above that, between the nape and the arm side, you can take the back width, the width of the back. Okay. Now, when you are taking your personal measurement, I would ask you to tie a small rope against your narrowest part of the waistline, which will sit on your waist most comfortably as possible, not on the low waist. Shoulder length, that is from HSP to LSP, highest shoulder point to the lowest shoulder point. You can note down the size 12 measurements if you would like to write down, okay? So from HSP to LSP, I have 12 centimeters on the dress form size, UK size 12. Then I take, these are all, now we are going to take horizontal measurements, okay? I'm sorry I didn't mention that. Horizontal, there are 3 types of measurements I told you. Horizontal measurements, vertical measurements, and circular measurements. First of all, let me take horizontal measurements. That is, shoulder HSP to LSP, 12 centimeter. Then around 15 centimeter below the HSP and across the front. That is 31 centimeter and it is called the front width. Next, we have to take the back width, which is again taken from the nape down about 15 to 17 centimeter, depending on the height of the person. If the person is short, you can go by 15 centimeter below nape, Otherwise, you can go by 17 centimeter if it's a tall torso person. Okay. So let me take, for the dress form, we can take about 16 centimeter here. And I am taking the back width. So that is 33 centimeter. I have already taken that. Now there are only 3 horizontal measurements we need. Now we are going to take the vertical measurements. Okay, for vertical measurement we will go by back length, that is nape to the waist. That is the back length or nape to waist. That is 41 centimeter. Arm side depth from nape to the side. You can actually tie, or you can just assess the arm side line over there and then take a measurement from the nape. That is another vertical measurement. That is 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters is the side depth. So back length is 41 centimeter. Side depth is 20 centimeters. Then the apex length. Apex is the highest point of your bust. Always remember to make your innerwear perfectly. Okay. So HSP to the apex point. HSP to apex point, where the highest part of your bust point is. This is 26 centimeters. Next is the hip length. Hip length is measured from the side line. This is the side line. And from the waist to the hip point, that is 20 centimeters. So whenever you are taking a circular measurement of the body, keep the tape parallel to the floor. That is very important. So I'm just going to take the measurement here with just one finger in my arm. 88 centimeters. Empire circumference is 73 centimeters. Natural waist is 67. Low waist. Just one explanation on how I got the low waist and the upper hip. You know, the length from the waist to the hip line, I divided it into 3 equal parts. This is needed because we have very different body shapes. So it's always better to learn the individual shapes. The anatomy of each person is different. Therefore, I would urge you to take the measurements of low waist and upper hip, which is 1/3 division divided from the length from waist to hip line. So waist measurement is 67 centimeter. Low waist is 80 centimeters. Upper hip is 89 centimeter. And the full hip is 92 centimeters. So this is the normal size of a size 12 block. Well, I hope you understood how to take the measurements, and so I request you to take your own measurements with a helping hand. Okay? And let me know the result. In the next video, I shall show you how to draft your individual torso block. And if you have any doubt, please feel free to email me at saljujos@gmail.com. Until then, goodbye.